Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. I am back. I'm playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here in WestBridge Hills. It's weird to say that, but we are. We're back in WestBridge Hills. Part of our cross-play multiplayer map that we're doing. And got a few updates, and then we're going to get back into the oat harvest that we left the last time. Jump into the tractor here. So, I have bought some things. We got the grass roller. Oop, that's the dynamic camera for you there. Got the grass roller. Got a new mower. Got some new arms for this smaller John Deere tractor. These are the 603 John Deere arms. These fit just a little bit better. Got the Bednar mower. I think that's going to work pretty good, hopefully. And then we got the bigger roller. So, moving along. We've got some stuff to sell back. We're going to sell back the Vermeer mower, the extra tipper, and then the quick arms that we bought. So let's sell all that back. That doesn't need repair, needs a repaint. Repair and repaint. And then repair and repaint. Oh, I don't have enough money. Well, I'll tell you what, let's sell that back. And let's sell that back. Now maybe I'll have enough money to repaint it. Gotta repair and repaint it to get the max dollarage back. Alright. So we got the arms to go on this. These, again, these are smaller than the in-game ones, and these fit just a little bit better. Actually, they might even be the quick arms, but I think they've got the John Deere stickers and paint job. Just looks a lot better. Looks like it belongs. Morning, Fuzzy. How's it going? But we'll leave that right there. And then we've got 7810 here. We'll hook that up to the mower. This is a batwing mower. I'm surprised we haven't gotten the, what was it, the X50 or something like that back in 22 we had? We haven't gotten that back yet, so. But this will work. This will work for just a trail mower until we can get along to something, you know, a little more expensive later on. Alright, so we'll leave that right there. And we will get back into harvesting here. So we're harvesting the oats. Trying to get these oats done by today. We have to get them done in August because you can't harvest them after August. So we've got to finish this today. Hoping that we can get into some other things. Mainly, probably need to dive into a little bit of logging. That's going to take a lot, though. I think that's gonna take for sure some type of log trailer. Probably a truck and a log trailer would be the cheapest route to go and the most efficient. And then also a wheel loader. So I did change some mods around, took some out, put some in. Have you started in multiplayer? Yes. I believe I'm in multiplayer. Yes, I am in multiplayer. Just keep searching for the, I guess, grain, and it should come up eventually. That's something funny about the Farming Simulator, and it does this, you know, for everybody else, whether you're on PC or console. When you go to join a map, it doesn't show up right away. I don't know if that's a server issue on their end or what that is, but it doesn't show up in there. Just keep looking for it. I don't know if there's a refresh button there or not. Just keep looking, and it will come in. pepper. Nothing really that great on sale that we can even afford it if we wanted to. Just my microphone here a little bit. There we go. Good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? Running solo right now? Yeah, Fuzzy's having trouble finding the game. I guess it just hasn't shown up in the server there just yet, in the giant servers. But it is there. It will be there. I am in multiplayer. If anybody wants to join, doesn't matter if you're on console, PS5. I don't think it's on PS4. PS5. Xbox Series X. Is it called X still? I don't even know. Or PC. Cross player game right here. If you're ready, if you're willing to join, just let me know in chat. Found it? Just downloading the mods. Okay. Yeah, I took some mods out and I put some in. Just to make life easier and more pleasant experience, I guess. There he comes. Morning, Crazy. Let's see, what was that field in over there? What is that? Red beets. Okay, so we can't really do anything with that field. That's in taters. Got a contract out on that one. That's carrots. Yeah, that's carrots. That's carrots. They really like their veggies here. We got grass up there, and then yeah, I think this is probably gonna hit for this year. We'll just have to finish up the harvest, get the straw up, maybe hang on to the straw bales this time around. We'll have quite a few more of them. Hang on to them, and then we'll sell them maybe closer to December-ish, and hang on to our oats. And I think what we're gonna have to do is just sell the oats and the wheat that we got outright, because we don't own the flour mill. Matter of fact, I don't think there is one. I think we have to build everything. I was gonna do this. I was gonna kind of go look around. There is a spinnery. These are sell points, I think. So there's the grain mill. So there is a grain mill. But are those just sell points? Maybe they're listed as sell points right now. Yeah, they're just listed as sell points right now. So we have the oil mill, the grain mill, and spinnery up there on the hill. We've got the sawmill down here. There's Noah. Sawmill's quite a bit bigger now. It's not that little shed anymore. What do we got down here? We got the restaurant still down there, but I think that might be the only thing that's original besides the biogas plant. Yeah, oh man, I talked to him actually yesterday. He's had a lot going on in life, so he said he'll be back when he can. He said he is looking forward to getting back. So he will be back. He has been watching. He's been going back and watching the videos that we've been doing, so going backwards on this hill. This is almost gonna fill you up. Almost. Let's get to 77%. Is that Homer? I'm looking at that closer now, crazy. Is that Homer Simpson? Kind of looks like him. Homer and what was the dog's name? Oh, what was their dog's name? Santa's Helper 2 or something like that? Was that Homer? Was that the Simpsons dog's name? Was it Santa's Helper 2? Trying to remember, they had a cat and a dog. It's been a long time since I watched The Simpsons. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, if you want to grab, yeah, it's totally up to you, Fuzzy, but if you want to grab the plow, I think that's the only thing we've really got that would work as far as an implement goes. You could grab the plow and put it on the front of that tractor, and then go into the steering assist and change it down to like 0.5 or 1, and then you could have GPS as a tipper. Kind of the only way we've been able to figure it out to make it work. If we had like a small mower you could put on the front or something like that, you could do that too. Santa's Little Helper. Wasn't he number 2, Santa's Little Helper? Wasn't he like Santa's Little Helper too? Hey Siri, what's the name of the dog on The Simpsons?
The name of the dog on The Simpsons is Santa's.
Oh, Santa's. Okay. Santa's Little Helper. Okay. So it's just not a number 2. Where did the number 2 come in? Am I just thinking of, what was the cat's name? Hey Siri, what was the cat's name on The Simpsons?
Here's an answer.
Snowball. Where am I getting the number 2 from?
I found this on the web.
Snowball and Santa's Little Helper. Hey Siri, was there a Santa's Little Helper 2?
Here's what I found.
Nope. What happened to Greta Thunberg? Thunberg? How do you say her name? That haircut, man. She looks like He-Man from... Golly. That's something. She needs a new stylist or image consultant. That just... She does. She looks like He-Man from Masters of the Universe. That's basically the He-Man haircut. Terrible. do have birds here. I saw their shadows flying over. Here they go. Morning, DJ. Funny how this is the long pipe that we selected. It don't look that long. There's the short pipe, there's the average pipe, and then there's a long pipe. So this is the long pipe. It don't look that long. Get you the plow. Yep. What that does is that enables him to set up the GPS lines, or really the steering assist lines, and then he can set them down to like 0.5 or 1 and lock them in, and you don't have to worry about steering. Set your cruise control, turn that on, and you're good to go down the field. Oh, you get a little picture of it, get a peek of her haircut? Yeah. That's, I don't know who decided to cut, maybe she cut her own hair, or, I don't know, maybe she wants to be He-Man, I don't know. Looks like it, doesn't it? Greta Thornburg, is that how you say her name? She's sailing back down to, Gaza or something like that, but yeah, she's the girl that's famous for that climate, environment, whatever stuff. She's the one that's famous for saying, how dare you steal my childhood, or something like that. What did He-Man always say? Hey Siri, what is He-Man's famous line?
Man's famous line is by the power of grace. This is from.
So that would be, if Greta says it, it's like, by the power of Grayskull. How dare you! By the power of Grayskull. Hey, if you don't want to be made fun of like that, don't get the He-Man haircut. I'm just saying. It kind of reminds me of somebody else too, but I can't put my finger on who else. character from a movie or a TV show or something. Maybe like a haircut from A League of Their Own or something. I don't know. I'm trying to put my finger on who else that reminds me of. With that kind of haircut. It's like a 1920s style jitterbug kind of big band dance Charleston style kind of haircut. I'll probably think of it later and I'll be like, that's who that reminded me of. Which it does make sense for it to be, if it is A League of Their Own, because that was around the same time period. That was in the well, let's see, that was the 19... Was that World War I or World War II? That was 19, that would have been in the... It was World War II, that would have been in the 30s and 40s. 1940s, yeah, early 1940s. Kind of reminds me of the Little Rascals a little bit, just with the He-Man reference. He's a He-Man woman hater. Woods and turn around. Oh man, Black Sheep Modding is going to be bringing back the Beavernator for Farming Simulator 25. Coming to all platforms. So it'll be on console and PC. The Beavernator Grinder. You guys remember that? like the molinator. Morning, Jodas. How's it going? Yep, you can join again. Let's see. We blurred out at the end. Just grab a screenshot of it, I guess, from their little trailer that they've got here. That'd be Jonas. There we go, there's a store image of it there. And I gotta stop for a second. I'm trying to grab a screenshot of this thing. Here we go. Alright, let me turn around here now. Yeah, if you want to hoe that field, I took that contract out. It popped up, I guess because the game refreshed after we left and came back. Here, let's see, let me put this in Discord. Figured out a way to crop my photos down without having to manually do it. You know how you have to, when you do a screenshot on your phone, you have to drag the bars and try to get it just right. I found a way to do it without having to do that. If you flip it 90 degrees, and then there's a little button at the top, you tap it and do like a 16:9 ratio. Or well, technically it's a 9:16 because you have to flip it to do it. You can save that and it will crop it down automatically for you. Coming soon from Black Heat Mighty. All platforms. I misspelled Black Sheep. Crap. Edit message. Here we go. The Beavinator. Basically, it's the big tub thing. I talked about this not too long ago. You tow it behind a semi-truck, and it's the big tub thing that you just chunk any of your wood in, and it grinds it up into wood chips. Might be an easier way to do it, because we don't have the Brooks on console stuff. That's the Puma Plow Discord, crazy. Yeah, the Puma Plow Discord. No, Fuzzy and Jonas have been great. Nobody else has come in though. It's open. If anybody watching out there wants to join in, the mods should be cross-platform friendly. All the mods that I downloaded, I clicked the button to filter out PC only mods. So go around the tree. Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Gonna be here before you know it. And I gotta get my pipe up. Here we go. I think what I'm going to do is, until we can afford some decent logging stuff, probably just cut those trees and push them out of the way, just because they're kind of in the way. So I'll cut the ones that are, especially the ones that are kind of in the field there, and just make like try to make like a stack down there. I think I can do it just with the arms of that small tractor. I think I can. I'm gonna try. And then I got to looking at stump grinders. It's actually cheaper to come in with the like a skid steer, like a cheap skid steer, and get the stump grinder attachment for that. So that's probably what we'll do. I looked at the 3-point hitch Prentice, is that how you say it? That's more expensive than the skid steer setup. And we get a skid steer. So give me the front loader and we can find out something. It's at the shop. Well, the only one we've got right now. I said I put in the Volvo wheel loader, but the arms that I got, I put these arms in here because these fit the smaller tractor a lot better. It's the 603R. And then I put the front loader in. I've got the Volvo. That's the little one. That one right there. How much is that? That's 45 grand. And then the front things for that, probably need the single. That one right there. We'll need the big one too, but start with the single. And then get the big one later. So that's 6,500, and then the big one. Let's see, can we use that one? Or is that just for, no, that's just for the L180H there. Guess we'll have to use the in-game Magsy ones for the bigger trees. Say I could get the log forks for that too. I don't know that that small tractor would lift up these trees. These trees, they're straight trees, so they're like the fir trees style, the pine kind of style, but they are big. I think we're gonna need that wheel loader probably to move them around. We might be able to push them out of the way with that, but I don't think we're gonna be lifting them. Even if we cut them up, I think they're too big around to pick up with that kind of front loader. That kind of front loader is really probably better for the bales and forklift, and we've got the small bucket down there. I don't know that they would. I don't know that the arm grapple, what are they called? The log forks. Even the ones that I put in, I don't think they would fit around those trees. Pallet forks. They might be okay for pushing. We could probably just push them out of the way. Honestly, we probably could just push them with the front weight or something. Cut them down and push them out of the way. But as far as like grappling them and lifting them up, I think we're gonna need that wheel loader for that. If they were the skinny ones, I would say go for it, but these are not the skinny ones down here. Yeah, see how you can kind of see them from here. See how big around they are? They're really big, especially on the entire bottom end of the trunk there. If they were like these back here, those would probably be okay. But those, like that, man, those are really big. I think we're going to need the wheel loader to grab those, even to lift them. Those might even be bigger around than the some of the crooked trees that we got. Oh, there's got a weather alert. It's hot. Basically, that's the weather alert. Kind of like Ollie. How's the weather, Ollie? It's hot. Thanks, Ollie. It's gonna be hot. And you're full. Yeah, maybe one more pass here. I like this little combine. Nice little older style international. What's the number on this? 1480. I was gonna say, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the 1660 we had back in 17. I think this one's a little more customizable than that one was, for sure. Nice little combine. This came in a pack. When you go and look at the pack, I tell you what, let's just go to mods. There it is. So you get everything in this pack. You get this one. This is the 1400 series that we've got. It comes with the 1660. So I bet that 1660's in there. That's the 1600. 1620. Got the US. 1640. Yep, there's the 1660. So that's literally the combine from 17 right there. And then it also comes with the extended version. That's the US version there. Capacity on that. That's 10,000. So that'd be right along the lines of kind of what we got right now. Just different designs. There's the 1666. Gives you that max capacity of 1670. $1680. Well, there's a lot in here. Still gives you that max capacity. Just, I think it's basically just changing the engine probably. And back to the 1620. So 1620 through 1680 with that one. Oh yeah. We don't have a ton of cloths here. Our primary brands are probably the number 1 slot goes to Deere. The number 2 slot probably goes to Case. And then New Holland. Fence really taking off. We're getting a lot of fence. I don't see a lot of cloths. We have the old Lexion combines, you know, back before they sold to cloths, I guess. The old cat tractors and cat combines. Ugh. Back when they were black and yellow. We have those. Good old iron, yeah. And then we go in and look at the bigger one. That has a max capacity of 10,000 on it too. So basically, you're just getting the bigger kind of style combine there. And you can change the pipes. That's the long pipe. There's the standard and the long on that one. Ours, I think it had a short, standard, and yeah, short pipe. So there's the short pipe. There's the middle pipe, and there's the long pipe. Not a great big difference there. But that's that pack. You get all that in that pack. There is a corn header there. It's a 4.5 meter corn header. It's a very small corn header. Corn / sunflower. Oh, wow. Clausen, New Holland. I was going to say the map that's coming up, I think they have a majority of Massey Ferguson and what was the other? I know if you've ever seen Grassmen on YouTube, they have kind of a mixture. They have John Deere, they have New Holland, but yeah, up there it's more, I think, more Massey up in the northern part of the UK there, up in Scotland. Probably JCB too, and the Mercedes-Benz. We got a little sneak peek of that before they even dropped any fact sheets when they had the trailer for that new map, for the Highlands map. Still can't pronounce the name of the town or the actual name of the map. I think it starts with a K. Yeah, check the mod hub. I know Hispano, he's been bringing out a lot of older stuff. He brought out the older Steyr. He just recently brought out the older Massey 30, what was the number, 30 something. That was the old Massey that we had back in 22. He brought that to the mod hub. Hispano, he's been bringing, I guess it's a he, maybe it's a they. Been bringing a lot of the stuff like that. Alright, so we got that field done. I'm gonna park this right here. Come back and get it later. Grab a tractor. Let's see. Let me get this one. I'll come back and get the mower. And grab the merger. Yeah, some of these trees definitely gonna need a wheel loader, especially the ones like that. Come on, tractor, pull that heel. I'm on controller. Yeah, the wheel setup, that would kill my shoulder. So I basically use the controller. Plus I can sit in my, I don't have to have a desk like right in front of me. I have a table to my left and a table to my right that match. Got the monitor on my left and the monitor on my right that match. Then I've got the two big monitors. One's got the game on it, and then the other one's got whatever I've got playing. Whether it be the news, whether it be the weather, whether it be something else, YouTube, a movie, something, you know. There's always something going on that other one. Yeah, I made the switch to PC back halfway through Farming Simulator 17, and I've been very happy with it. Trying to remember, was this 8.2? This is 9.5. I wonder, I bet it's calculating the offset in there somehow. Let's try that with no offset. Yeah, that gets it a lot better, I think. Although it still shows the offset line, that's kind of weird. Even though I set it to 0. Contrast done. Cool. Ooh, get some fertilizing contracts out there too. 15 grander right there. Got a nice weeding one right there. If we had a weeder, we don't have a weeder though. might have to set that back. Maybe, I don't know. Because it's including that guard out there as part of the width on this. So the 8.2 might have been the actual width of the actual rower merger part. What did it have it set at? Does it show me an auto on there? Yeah. Had it at 8.2, so I'll stick with that. And then just keep the offset at 0. Gonna be a little off. Gonna have to be a little off one line because it's not gonna match up evenly. You can do either one. You can drive the combine to the farm and park it, or you can do both. You can fertilize if you want to. We probably need some more fertilizer. Let me go ahead and buy some fertilizer because we're going to need that anyway. Alright, that should be enough. I think there's a little bit of fertilizer still in there in the tanks, but there's more at the shop. Morning, Tomcat. Got a mowing contract out there on that field up north. Not a bad one. They come back and fertilize that field too. Nope, it is not retired. We'll be going back to it. What to do with the bales? Just take them back to the farm there somewhere. We can store them in the big open barn if you want to, or somewhere there. You have to build this bigger one to store bales in or something. There's not a huge difference in the price. It's a little bit better in December, January-ish. But right now it's $62 and then it's $90. So, I mean, it's not a big difference. I would almost say go ahead and sell them somewhere, but yeah, just go ahead and sell them. I guess it probably doesn't matter which place to go to, but there's not a huge like fluctuation of the difference of the price there. Yeah, 162 and 161, whichever one's easier to get to. Just go ahead and grab them and sell them. Only ones we gotta wait on is the silage bales, because they have to ferment. We'll wait till they get all done. I'm gonna mow around this field. When I get done here, and then we'll merge the grass around this and wrap these bales up down here too. Gotta try to remember, I'm gonna try to do the last bale that I wrap down here and make that the control bale. So I'll probably hang on to that one in the thing and put it somewhere just to know that that was the last bale that we wrapped, and then when that bale ferments and becomes silage, we'll know that all the bales will be. Just so we don't accidentally sell like some grass bales that are wrapped in white plastic. So no, that was orange soda. Crazy. Already finished my Dr. Pepper. I'll probably grab another Dr. Pepper and orange soda when we get to the break point. That's about another hour away though. Turn this around here and try to get some of this around this tree. $3,500 more per load if we wait. How much is it per load right now? No, this is actually Sunkissed. I cannot find. I was drinking Crush, but I cannot find that anywhere. 7,000 to 10.5 thousand. We can wait if you want to. If you want to just store them out in the open there, maybe just out in the open of the yard there. And say if we put them in one of the barns, we got to remember we got to try to load them back up too. And you don't want to have to load them one at a time. So I'd say just store them out there in the yard for right now, and then we'll go back and get them. I may redo that a little bit. We've got some buildings out there that there's an old barn over there, and then there's a regular like garage style shed. May put in something bigger that we can maybe fit bales into. Or maybe utilize, take everything out of the other big barn and put them in there or something. I don't know, you kind of want something that you can pull in there and drive through with like a loader, the bale loader. Why not buy a bale pallet storage shed? I don't know if they changed those up or not, but we had that we tried that back in 22. That's when they came out with them. And it did some wonky things to the bales. It would turn, like say you had it doesn't respawn the bales in the size that we put them in as. So say you had a bale that had a 6,000 liter capacity, right? It would respawn the bales when you took them back out as 2,500, 3,000 liter bales. I don't know if it's still that way. Haven't tried that. It's like when you go to buy a bale in the shop. So if you go down to up to where's bales at? I gotta find it now. There they are. So when you look at these bales, these are not the larger size bales. These are the absolute smallest bale that you can get. So if you bought straw bales, you would get, I think, what is it, 180? These are 180s. They don't come back out as 220s or even 240s. They come out as 180s. So I don't know if they've changed that, but that's the reason why we used them once when we were I'm trying to remember, were we doing the bale challenge? Or might have just been on Frankenmuth. I'm trying to remember back now. We tried them out, and yeah, I think we were just on Frankenmuth. And it would respawn them as smaller bales. And the problem with that is like when you respawn them as smaller bales, you have to make more trips. It's like having a small tipper. Say you had 3 tippers, right? You had a tipper that hauls 5,000 liters, you had a tipper that hauls 10,000 liters, and then you had a tipper that hauls 20,000 liters. If you put 20,000 liters in there or 10,000 liters in there, you don't want it to only give you 5,000 liters at a time. Just out in the middle of the yard somewhere. I think I parked the mower out there in the middle. Just kind of put them out there in the middle. Be fine. Just somewhere open where we can come back and grab them again. Yeah, check your bale capacities. And it was weird because it was almost kind of random. Some bales would be okay, some bales would not be. They would come out as partial capacity bales, I would say, or minimum capacity bales. I didn't like that. If I bale a 220 bale, I want to pick up a 220 bale, not a 180. And maybe they fixed it. Maybe they fixed that to where it doesn't do that now. I don't know. Last pass on the straw. Right. I'm gonna leave this out here. I'm not gonna be able to mow right in here anyway, so I'm just gonna park that right there and I'll go grab the mower. Oh, there's telephone poles over here on the edge of this field now. Those were not there. I wonder if they're collidable. Yep. They're collidable. Do I know how to use autopilot? No. I do know that it has to be a plane that has autopilot. So it's got to be, if it's a different style plane, like if it's one of the older Cessnas, it does not have autopilot. And if it's like something like a Piper Cub or something like that, most likely it doesn't. Got to be one of the newer style models. Yep, this will totally work. this is actual. I think that's just texture. I don't know. I don't think that's actual rock. Wonder if we can. Wonder if we can plow over that. I will say this is a pretty quiet mower. It's not that loud. Yeah, I guess that's the cutoff. It won't let me cut that. And then the trees, we need to move those. So I can get a little bit right here. So, oh wow, you can buy that. You can buy the forest on the edge of the map here. Interesting. There's some areas that you can't. What's that? Barge terminal? Another sell point, I guess. So you can buy the edge of the map. Some of it, anyway. Where, like, there's forestry and, you know, stuff like that. But you can't buy this corner. Got a little factory or sell point up there, too. It's probably going to start barking at me when I get right about... Maybe not. Yeah, I guess if I go over anymore it would, but... Probably just enough to... Good morning, Steven. How's it going? Yeah, we're gonna get to the trying to remove those trees. There's not a ton of grass down through there, so I'm not super worried about it immediately. But when we break the plow out, probably will need them gone. Let's see, make sure this is still... $220, yep. Alright, I'm gonna go fertilize that field. And then we need to plow it. And then there is one mowing contract on right now. Let me go back and check that list and see. Let's see, anything else in there? Nothing big ticket. Nope. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, get turned around. You just heard yourself talk. How did you just hear yourself talk? Did you record yourself? It's always weird when I hear myself talk too. Oh, gotcha. Oh, dude, I've never seen the used vehicle thing go down. When did they change that? Normally the maximum that you get is just these 5 slots, but you can scroll down here now. Huh. I did have a Giants update this morning. I guess that's part of that update. Okay, mainly to start, get these out of the field here. I'm going to cut that high. Yeah, see, these are bigger trees. Can't grind out the stump with this. We don't have the lumberjack mod, so... Can't run with the chainsaw either. We're back to slow crawl with the chainsaw. Oh, maybe I do need to crouch down. Wonder if I can cut that stump out a little bit. With lumberjack, it enables you to be able to run with your chainsaw. And you do have to crouch with this. Lumberjack, you ain't gotta crouch. Morning, Trent. Let me go back. I gotta put that away so I can run. It'll take me forever to get up there that way. I'll cut a little bit of it out. Alright. I can't grab onto the thing. Is that a thing now? Oh, is that part of the lumberjack? Yeah, that's part of lumberjack. Can't grab onto the wood. At least not the heavy stuff. Yeah, even cutting this up into small pieces, I don't think would work with this. Back in the Stone Age of FS, yeah, a little bit. I haven't had any console takers yet. Fuzzy's on PC. I think Jonas was on PC. these pushed out of the way for now. Yeah, to load those up, we're gonna definitely need the wheel loader. But we got them out of the field, so now we need a stump grinder. I would get the TNC Kinsella, but that thing, I think it requires 320, 350 horsepower. When you want console people, they aren't there, yeah. Haven't had any takers yet. Alright, so I'm gonna park that right there. I guess I'll just buy the skid steer with the stump grinder then. Because it would be cheaper. You could get the stump grinder. Where's the forestry stuff? Here we go. Yeah, so here's the one stump grinder that goes on the back of the, like, 3-point. It's 27 grand for that. It doesn't require much horsepower, so it would work on our tractors, but it's 27 grand, right? When you go look at the skid steers, the Deere skid steer is 15 grand, and then the stump grinder with that is 2 grand. So it's cheaper to get a skid steer with a stump grinder. So that's what we're gonna do. Should I do John Deere green or yellow? Ooh, I like the yellow. Let's do the yellow. Because the skid steer is gonna be green. Let's see. Nokian. I think we need. Nope, not that one. No. No Michelins. I guess we'll stick with the. Midas or Troborg? Probably the Midas. We'll go with the Midas. Design, we'll do the forestry design. And then we'll keep those colors the same. Alright. Gonna be a long drive. I think I only go 8. But you know what? It's okay. You know why? Because I got a beacon. Cruise control on. And I will see y'all by the end of the stream when I get down there. The mulcher thing works. Things work. That's what I was talking about. Pretty sure we're talking about the same thing. You're talking about the TNC Kinsella thing, right? Find forestry here. There it is. So mulchers, you're talking about one of these, right, Jeff? That's the TNC Kinsella. These are great, but we don't have the Volvo machine for that one, and this one requires 350 horsepower, 360 horsepower. Yeah, we don't have a tractor that'll power that. I tried that over on Riverbend Springs when the Farm Sim first came out, and it didn't work on a tractor that didn't have the horsepower. So had to get a tractor with at least 360. This will work too. It just takes a minute to get there. The tricks in the mod hub, I don't think we have the money for that. Maybe in the future. I never did figure out how to make your body show up. Did they just cancel that idea? I don't know if that's a setting out in like the main settings. Never did. I mean, you should be able to see your arms and legs and stuff. Never did figure out how to get that to work. Tell you what, this road needs a grader blade on it or something. It is spendy. Yeah, I think that's what Trent's talking about. The treks in the mod hub, that's a little bit outside of our budget. I don't think that is a thing. Is that not the tricks? Y'all see the post in Discord that I posted about the Black Sheep modding bringing back the Beavernator, or however you say that? Beavernator? They're bringing that back. No, it's not only for console. If it's on console, it's on PC. I know what you're talking about, though. I think that's what Trent's talking about. What it sounds like, anyway. There's a tracked machine with a grinder that takes the whole tree and stump and everything's gone. Yeah, that sounds like that thing. It's a machine. It looks like looks like the old the Prentice machine we had in 22. Just a different design. Yeah, see, it is the tricks. Oh, seeing our body in the vehicle? No, they actually, Giants showed off some screenshots back before. This was back, when was this? This was last year, before the game was actually released. They showed off some screenshots where it showed your hands on the steering wheel and it showed like your arms. I'm wondering if they abandoned that for some reason. I have the screenshots somewhere. I'll put them in Discord. But before that, I've got to take my first break. So yeah, that is a thing. I guess maybe they abandoned it or they canceled it or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's a setting that I haven't found yet. So, alright, I am going to take my first break here. When I come back, we will grind out the stumps. So, I will be back. Alright, I am back. And I totally forgot to say goodbye to YouTube. So YouTube, if you're watching this, make sure you catch the next one. We're going to grind some stumps out here, hopefully. Hopefully this works. I think this setup will work. It'll work just for what we've got now. So, we'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. Catch the next one.